You said yes again. Your chest tightened the second the word left your mouth, but you smiled anyway, nodded, told them it was no problem at all, and then you drove home in silence, replaying it, feeling that low hum of resentment you're not even allowed to name because you're the understanding one. Nobody warned you about this part of being the empath, the giver, the one who always feels everyone else. Your kindness became a hiding place, and you moved in years ago. If you're still watching, stay with me, because I want to walk you toward the day that quietly changes everything. The day you stop paying for love with your own disappearance. Someone in your life would fall apart if you stopped being available. You've built your whole worth on that sentence, and it's slowly eating you alive. Carl Jung had a name for the mask we wear to survive other people. He called it the persona, the polished self you show the world so you'll be accepted. For most people, the persona is a light coat they slip on and off. For you, the empath, it fused to your skin. You forgot there was a person underneath it. The pleasing isn't kindness, that's the part that stings. It's a strategy your nervous system built when being agreeable felt safer than being real. Somewhere back there, love came with terms. Be easy, be useful, read the room before you read yourself. And you got so good at it, you disappeared on schedule. Jung said, what you don't make conscious runs your life, and you call it fate. Your endless giving isn't your soul. It's a wound wearing a halo. Think about the last time someone was upset near you. Your body moved before your mind did. Smooth it over, fix it, make the discomfort go away. That reflex feels like empathy, but real empathy is a choice, and a reflex is a cage. You've been calling your cage a gift for a very long time. Rachel spent 9 years as the friend everyone called at 2 a.m. She knew all their patterns, their exes, their fears. Not one of them knew she was drowning, because the moment she tried to talk, she'd feel it, that flicker of their attention drifting, and she'd swallow her own sentence and ask about them instead. That's the first trap. Over years, you trained people to see a service where a person was standing. So now, when a need of yours surfaces, their surprise lands on you like proof you shouldn't have had it. Watch what your body does when your phone lights up. You're already calculating what they want, already rearranging your day before you've even read the message. A person at rest doesn't flinch at connection. You flinch because connection has always meant obligation, and obligation has always meant you go last. Safety bought with self-erasure was never safety at all. It's a lease, and the rent comes due every single time someone needs something from you. But the giving runs deeper than kindness, and this is the part that's harder to admit. Underneath it lives a quiet, unspoken deal you never told anyone about. You give so they'll stay. You overfunction so you'll be needed. And being needed wears the face of being loved, close enough that some part of you stopped checking the difference.
Devin realized this the day he did everything right for his family. The calls, the money, the showing up, and still felt invisible at the dinner table. He'd confused being useful with being wanted. When you're only valued for what you carry, you'll never be sure they'd choose you if you set the weight down. Say it out loud if this is landing. If you've ever wondered whether anyone would stay once you stopped being helpful, that fear is the crack in the whole thing. There's a third layer, and it hides behind your best quality, the mask of the good person. You've made niceness your identity, so any boundary feels like a betrayal of who you are. So you agree when you mean no, you laugh when you're hurt, you forgive before you've even felt the anger, and you call that maturity when it's just avoidance. Jung called it the shadow, everything you exile from yourself to stay acceptable. Your anger, your envy, your no. You buried them to keep the mask clean. But the shadow doesn't leave, it goes underground. It leaks out as passive resentment, as exhaustion, as that bitter little voice you'd never say aloud. You're not as sweet as your persona. Nobody is. And the more you deny that, the more your denied parts run the show from the basement of your own life. And running that show alone has its own specific loneliness, the loneliness of the strong one, the one who was never handed the vocabulary of needing. People assume you're fine because you always are. You built that assumption brick by brick, and now you resent the very walls you spent your life laying. Under all of it sits the guilt, that physical wave in your stomach the second you consider choosing yourself over someone else's comfort. Guilt convinced you it's a moral signal. Most of the time, it isn't. It's just an old alarm going off, trained to fire the instant you stop performing. Naomi couldn't leave a party until she'd made sure everyone else was happy. If one person seemed off, she'd stay for hours, absorbing a mood that was never hers. She thought she was caring. She was actually terrified. Terrified that someone's disappointment might be aimed at her and that she couldn't survive it. So here's the mechanism nobody names. You don't manage other people's emotions because you're generous. You do it because their displeasure once meant danger. And that danger was real once. But it isn't the room you're standing in now. You're guarding a door that no longer leads anywhere. Which is why you keep choosing the same people. You're drawn again and again to the ones who take, because giving to a taker feels familiar, and familiar feels like home. A healthy person offering you equal love almost feels boring, too calm. No crisis to fix, no wound to earn your keep with. So you drift back toward the drain. You keep mistaking intensity for intimacy. The chaos of a needy person feels like love because it mirrors the exact chemistry you grew up marinating in. Tyler kept dating people who needed rescuing, then wondered why he felt so empty. He was recreating his childhood, casting himself as the fixer every single time.
The people you attract are a mirror of the deal you made with yourself long ago. Change the deal, and the mirror has to change too. It has no choice. And there's a final cost, the quietest and loneliest one. You've become so tuned to others that you've lost the signal of your own wants entirely. Someone asks where you want to eat, what you want to watch, how you actually feel, and there's a blank where the answer should be. You genuinely don't know. Call it what it is, not humility, an erasure so complete you mistook it for personality. You spend so long reading the room, you forgot to read yourself. Ask yourself right now, honestly, what you want. Not what's reasonable, not what's kind, just what you want. Feel how strange the question sounds in your own head. If it's uncomfortable, good. That discomfort is the first honest thing you've felt in a while. It's the sound of a buried self clearing its throat. And this is the thing it took me too long to learn. You can't pour from a place you refuse to inhabit. You've been renting yourself out fully furnished. Every yes you didn't mean was a small withdrawal from a fund you never let refill. That's why you're tired in a way sleep won't touch. It's not your body, it's the debt. So where did this begin? Not in one dramatic moment, in 1,000 tiny ones where your feelings were inconvenient and someone made that your problem. Maybe a parent's moods filled the whole house, so you learned to scan them like weather, adjusting yourself to keep the storm from breaking over you. Maybe you were the responsible child, the one who grew up early because someone had to, and your reward for competence was more weight, never more care. That child made a brilliant, tragic bargain. Feel everyone, anticipate everyone, need nothing. Then maybe I'll be safe. Then maybe I'll be kept. And it worked. That's the cruel part. It kept you connected, kept you useful, kept the peace. Every survival pattern is a strategy that once succeeded. But you're not that child in that house anymore. The strategy outlived the threat. Now it's running your adult life on a fear that expired years ago. Jung believed the second half of life is about reclaiming what you split off to survive the first half. Retrieving the shadow, meeting the exiled self. For you, the exiled self is the one with edges, the one who wants things, the one who can say no and let someone else sit in their own discomfort for once. That self isn't selfish. That's the lie the wound tells to keep you compliant. A self with boundaries is the only self capable of love that doesn't quietly resent. Because the giving you do now often comes with a hook in it, unspoken, unconscious, but the hook is there, and everyone can feel it, even when they can't name it. The shift, though, is smaller than you fear. You don't have to become cold. You don't have to burn your life down. You just have to start telling the truth. It begins with a pause. Someone asks something of you, and instead of the automatic yes, you leave 3 seconds of silence where a real answer can form.
In that silence, you ask yourself one question you were never allowed to ask. Do I actually want this, or am I just afraid of what happens if I don't? The first honest no will feel like a small death. Your guilt will scream. Let it scream. It's just an old alarm, and alarms don't get to run your life anymore. And watch closely what happens next, because this is the real revelation. The people who truly love you will adjust. The ones who only loved your usefulness will protest. That protest isn't proof you did wrong. It's information you paid your whole life to avoid seeing. Let it show you who was here for you and who was here for the service. You'll grieve, and that grief is real. Grieving the relationships that only worked because you disappeared. But you can't keep a self and keep pleasing everyone. Pick one. The day you stop performing kindness and start choosing it, that's the day the empathy finally becomes yours. Given freely from a full place with no invoice attached. You stop feeling everyone so you can finally feel yourself. And the strange gift is this: your compassion doesn't vanish, it just stops being a way to abandon you. So understand this plainly. No one can take your peace without your quiet permission, and you've been signing that permission slip every day since you were small. But you're the one holding the pen now. The empath who finally chose himself, herself, doesn't love less. They just stop bleeding to prove it and start living to feel it. So the next time someone reaches for the version of you that never says no, let them find a real person there instead. One who finally came home to their own life.